Hi, I'm Brent with Theater People. I'm going to be doing an unboxing today on the new Origin ProA250.2D. The new Origin ProA amps are a relatively recent addition to Origin's lineup. They come in two different form factors. There's a 1U form factor, which are going to be lower wattage units that run somewhere between 125 and 300 watts a piece, and then the 2U form factors are the bigger guys. They run between 1 and 3,000 watts a piece, both in 2 and 4 channel for both chassis. As I said, this is the 250.2D, the D for Dante. They have both Dante and non-Dante versions. If you know what Dante is, it's important to you. If you don't, it's not. So, without further ado, we'll open this guy up and see what we're working with. So somewhat misleadingly, the .2 at the end of this product number refers to the channel count, which makes it a 4-channel output unit, but it's 2 70-volt channels. So we open up the box, got a quick start guide, which is going to give you a quick connection diagram, breakdown of what the various I/O is. Go to quick start guide, 2 pages of that. We got the amp itself. It's 1U, but it's a half rack width form factor. The 2Us are full rack width. So let's go over here for a moment. Power cable, and a handful of Euro block plugs. So this model can do both high and low impedance outputs, so it can do the 4 ohm, 8 ohm, 70 volt, and 100 volt speakers. On the back of this guy, we have a handful of connections. This has both LAN and Wi-Fi inputs. There is a GPIO port, which I think is actually pretty cool. This will allow us to trigger different functions in the amp, mostly volume, mute, power, things of the sort. We have 2 digital ports here. They're digital coax. One's an input, one's an output. They are for daisy chaining the amps. There are 4 single inputs, so basically we have a left and right for each output channel, and then 2 Phoenix clips for the speaker outputs as well as the power port. As I said, this unit here is basically, it's 125 watts a channel times 4 in low Z and 250 times 2 in 70 volt. You can also mix and match, so you can have one 70 volt channel running and then 2 8 ohm running if you're around like subs or something of the sort. This is fully routable, so these inputs are routable, including the digital daisy chain inputs and outputs are all routable. They can also be mixed. They have both input priority and ducking, so we can do either a ducking if we set one of these to like a microphone level, or if we are using it as like a ringer or something for overhead paging, it can then take priority, jump over to that, and then bounce back to background music or whatever. Let's see here. Like I said, LAN and Wi-Fi on these. They actually do have IP control. There's drivers for all the major control systems. There is a web app for DSP control. One of the really cool things about this whole lineup is they already have a speaker library built into it. So when you log into the interface, there is information and filters and crossovers and all the EQ settings for specific speakers, the entire Origin lineup, as well as a bunch of third-party speakers. You can also create your own profiles and apply them as well. There's a built-in compressor. So if you especially on a mic input, which these inputs are both an unbalanced and then they have balance on the Phoenix side. And the inputs can be mixed as well, so you can have a kind of a karaoke mode, if you will, if you have a mic on one, and then you can mix over top of the RCA inputs. The Origin Pro amps, these are great in commercial settings, great for outdoor audio, great for multi-zone, really anything where you need really flexible amplification and I/O routing, especially with the IP control and the GPIO, which is, like I said, I think, a cool feature. If you're interested in this amp or any of the other Origin ProA amps for your audio project, you can contact us at 614-604-6327 or on the web at www.thetheaterpeople.com.